Hello. For this fourth video, we'll be looking at logging work. We'll be looking at writing or creating an activity stream, and we'll be looking at building structures on the go, one of the superpowers of Tana. So after we've worked a bit on the team workspace, I'd like to go back to my personal workspace, go to today, and you can see I have a log node where I do journaling as well. And I happen to do all my work, all my journaling in my private workspace. But I also want to log things that happen in the team workspace. So how do I go about doing that? Basically, I can create a work log right out of here. So I'm recording the TFT04 video, which is something that I'm doing, and I'm tagging this work log, and I'm pulling up the team video, Tana team video workspace. Tana suggests to move it to the team video workspace, which I gladly do, and we'll enter the start time. It's related to the create Tana team video task. So that's fine and working. If we move over to today, you can see that it's showing up here. If we go to the Tana team video task, it will show up in the work logs, so as we expect. That's fine, and for argument's sake, I'm just going to, I will leave that running while I work on something differently, because what I want to do, what I want to have is to have in this team space here, I want to have a view over everything that has happened in the workspace, so kind of an activity stream. So I'm going to create a new node here, which is a search node that I'm calling down arrow. Maybe this one, and call it activity stream. And here I want to find everything that has happened inside this workspace. So I want to limit the scope. I'm going to option drag this in here. So this is the first clause, means that Tana only looks at things that are inside this workspace. The next thing is I'm looking for all the nodes that have a tag. And you can see I get all kinds of things. So this is already giving me a view over things as they happen. Now, I don't particularly want to know about days and weeks, so I'm adding another not clause here. I don't want to have either a tag. Actually, I need to do it like that. I need to reference it, so at day or at week, and you need to look out for where is it. It's the week in the team video schema, not the schema itself, of course. So week, the week in the schema. If we run this again, we'll see that it has limited it down to remove the day and week items. So these are things that actually start to make sense here. These are the things that I have been working on, or the team has been working on. I'm showing this as a table. I don't need to see the due date. Tana sort of selects different columns based on what the search request here shows. So I'm going to hide that column. I'm going to hide this column. I'm going to hide the assignee. Maybe the project is interesting, the short code is not interesting, but what I want to see is the last modified time, and I want to see the user who did the work. So modified by, there we go. And then I want to sort this on the system fields, last modified time, descending, and you can see that everything that I did within that show up in reverse order. And I see there's a year here. I don't need that to see that year either. So let's add the year team video schema to get rid of that. And I think we can save this for everyone and be done with it. And we have an activity view, activity stream that we can go to. So if I go into my calendar and look at the activity stream, I can see everything that has been ongoing in this project workspace over the last couple of days. Actually, the last couple of days is a good reminder because I don't want everything. I want to limit this to only the edited or created in the last few days. So I'm going to add another clause, created last 3 days, and edited last 3 days, and run that again. Done, and save it. And because this workspace is very new, obviously you will only see these things. You will see all the things now. If you want to see that this actually works, set that to 1 day, run once, and you will only see things that happened within the last 24 hours. But 3 days is fine for an activity stream. Allows me to catch up with what the team has been doing. Right, so that's the activity stream. We have seen how to integrate work in my personal work log, and I think I'm closing that now. And how we build an activity stream. Well, starting to record this series, I realized that it actually lends itself quite nicely to show off how we could use Tana as a project management tool as well, and not specifically in the team context. Recording a number of videos, I'm up to number 4, and I have actually sort of an outline where if we look at that, there's a number of videos planned. And why not use Tana to sort of structure what needs to be done, what kind of work needs to be done. And this is for me really the power of Tana to build up workflows and build up data structures as we go. So these are the videos that we have, and they are all, we could tag them as tasks to get, and these are done already. Set assignees, due dates, projects, work logs, and so on. So that is one thing, and the whole thing goes into the record Tana video work log. So if we have a project work team video series, so if we go in here, we have a number of tasks. I'm going to add more tasks in a second, but also I can here start to think about what do we actually want to show. So I made this Tana team video node here. I'm just going to drag it in because it actually belongs here. And these are the things that I thought about, what I want to show you in this video. So I'm putting the knowledge of what needs to be done right into the task here, and then I can drill down, think about sections, and look at the activity view, work demo. One of the things was building activity view, and now building ad hoc structures. And I realized that you probably shouldn't plan your work by first doing it and then writing it down, but hey, we're living on the edge here. Anyway, I need to do a couple of things here to make this tidy, and this is actually really nice to show how the command line works. So I can select those things here and set the status to done. These are set status to do. This one is working on, so I can actually do it like doing at the moment. Then all of these are assigned to me. So we got that, and the final one is set project to Tana team video series. So I have sort of started out with a number of ideas of what kind of videos I want to work on. I changed them to tasks. I set up all the fields, and if we go to work, you see that they all are showing up in the Kanban board as they should. Doing tasks should actually be here. I don't know, that looks like a bug to me. And if we look at the projects and the Tana team video series, drill into that, you can see that all the tasks now are showing up in that. And the final thing, if we look at the work log that we did today, the work log recording the TFT4 video, which I can drag into the work log video. It was moved over from my personal workspace. This should actually belong to the TFT04 task right there. So that is structuring the data as we go along. This looks much neater and tidier than it used to. And sort of a final thing, if I go into the projects, Tana team video series, of course now I can assign like Stian to do this, and it would show up in his work log. Right, that's it for starting to work together in that way. And let's see where the journey takes us to next, because we're going to talk about meetings soon.